It's always hard with the starter home version because we've got so much space and not enough money to do really anything with it. So it's really, really hard to try and make something look nice, right? Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to another Sims 4 one pack build video where I build a home using only one pack. I love this series. You guys seem to really like it too, which is so fun for me. So with that being said, I have done a few of these builds before. I'll link them all in the pinned comment down below if you'd like to check them out. We've done some really interesting packs as well, like Spa Day and Realm of Magic. So fun. I'm not one of those builders that can just like come up with a concept straight away. I need some time to prepare because I'm not a confident builder, but I am a competent builder. So let's do a little flashback to me choosing the pack for this video.
Flashback.
Alright, you guys, here we are with my wheel of expansion and game packs. We've got some really interesting choices on here. Journey to Batu is still there. That'll be happening eventually, right? I'm kind of hoping it's not going to be happening today. So with that being said, let's spin this wheel and find out what pack we're going to be using today to build a house. Wow, businesses and hobbies. Okay, I'm gonna need to do some research. You guys know I'm not super up with the architecture. There's multiple different architectural styles in Nordhaven, so I'm gonna need to do some research to figure out what starter home we're gonna build, and then I'm gonna fully renovate it to be the home of my dreams, right? So I'm gonna need to take some time to figure that out.
End of flashback.
Alright, so here we are in The Sims 4. We are specifically looking at the old foundry lot in Iverstad. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but it's the more modern part of Nordhaven, and it like incorporates the mixture of like old buildings but very modern as well. Super, super nice. So the old foundry lot was built by Ava Rotke. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing their name incorrectly, but it's super cute. I love this vibe of like the red brick with like the black accent. It's clearly like an old building on the red brick side, but then the black accents are like clearly a new addition. It was that kind of vibe that I wanted to bring to my house, where we've taken an old building and given it a modern attachment or a modern renovation to it. That's exactly what I wanted. So this building really did inspire me for the building that we are about to create. So here we are on Inked Inlet. It's the 20 by 20 lot. I think it's 20 by 20 in that modern neighborhood of Iverstad. I'm so sorry again if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So I wanted to have just a great big rectangle, essentially, remembering that I'm not a confident builder and rectangles are easy for me to do, right? But I did want to have this beautiful roof happening on either side of the second floor's rectangle, because the second floor really is going to be the modern attachment that I was talking about, the modern renovation that has been done to this building. We had the old building, which is all of the red brick, and then the black is going to be the modern renovation, the add-on that was done later on in this building's life. I really like the vibe of this house. I was a little bit unsure, especially at this point, because I knew that I wanted to have some of those beautiful, like, I can't remember what they're called, but the arched windows that I end up using on the bottom floor to kind of bring in some more of that industrial vibe, and using the doors as well that come with that kind of industrial vibe. But then I wasn't sure at this point how I was going to lay out the house, so I didn't really know where to put windows and doors, and then I experimented with having one side of the house be all glass to truly try and make it look modern, but it didn't end up looking good, so I ended up cancelling all that. We're now going to jump into The Sims 4 and I'm going to show you this floor plan all done with the windows all sorted. I've also placed wallpapers and flooring, but they may need to change, because the thing with this series is I don't just build a home, I build a starter home that your sim can move into and improve upon as they're going about their business. And then I also, after furnishing the starter home, take that starter home and then fully make it the fully furnished house of my dreams with no budget, right? So we're going to have a look at getting the starter home version of this house all sorted. Let's jump into The Sims 4. Alright, so this is what I've got for our house at the moment. It looks kind of rectangle, right? But I feel like once we come to like this side, you kind of get the vibe a little bit more, right? Like it was just a big rectangle and we've just added something to it. I still think it looks pretty cute, but I have done the layout like I said. So you'll be noticing we have two doors here, right? Because I did decide, because this is businesses and hobbies that we're using, I've given a space for you to start a business with your sim. So if we have a look at the bottom floor, this room over here is a small business space where you could start up a small business venture, and we're going to decorate it with a few of the essentials that are needed, but I'm not going to specifically choose what kind of small business. I'll leave that up to you, the player, right? I just want you to have a place where you can sell some stuff. So we'll put in things like maybe the boards that you could put pictures up or paintings up, things like that. We will need a business kiosk. So then this is the main house itself. So we're going to walk in through here. We're going to have an open plan kitchen, dining, and lounge space over here. And then we have a bathroom downstairs. This is the only bathroom downstairs. Now, I know the color scheme is a little bit funky, right? I went with a lot of the brick that we saw on the outside, super nice, but then I wanted to inject some color into it, and that scares me. I'm not great with color. I am very much a black girly, especially when it comes to my building. So I went a little bit out of my comfort zone. I absolutely loved the floor tile that I've used here in this swatch. I think it's super nice. So I knew that I wanted probably a yellow to match that, right? And we've got this stucco. Yellow is definitely not my favorite color. It's not even my favorite color in The Sims 4. I feel like we don't have a lot of great yellow options, but that's what I went with, right? Because I actually think it doesn't look terrible, okay? Then upstairs, we have this great big bedroom here in what is the renovated space, and this is going to be the bedroom, and it's a huge space, right? So the reason I made this such a huge space is because we do have a pretty limited space downstairs for what would be a living room, and also your business space is also pretty small. So if you want to do something like pottery and selling pottery, there's not going to be a lot of space in here to even have like a pottery setup for you with the things that you need to do the pottery. So that's why I made this space such a big space, so that any equipment that your sim is going to need to actually make the things to sell for their small business, or to make the things that they're going to offer as a part of their small business, they can do that in this space. Okay, again, I'm not going to choose that for you. That's just why I've made this space so big. That's the floor plan, but just have a look at the budget. We have 7,000 simoleons exactly. Now, I moved this sim in. It cost 1,000 simoleons to move onto this vacant block of land, so we had 19,000 simoleons to begin with. I don't want to cheat for any more, because we are truly making this using starter home budget, where you don't need to cheat any money to move in here, and where you'll actually have hopefully a little bit of money left over after moving in here. That's what we're doing. So for the starter home version, it's really unfortunate, but we do have to use a lot of the really cheap base game stuff. It's just the way it has to be, right? I think I would like to get some island counters, and maybe we won't have a fully fleshed out dining space at the moment. We'll just put some bar stools over here for like a little seating area over here. All right, Businesses and Hobbies, we've got a pretty cheap bar stool. Super nice. Now I do need to put an indoor bin, which is why I've left this space here next to this counter. I'm just going to grab this bin and pop it there, right? Okay, so I've got the bins. Oh boy, we only have 4,770 simoleons. How much is the floor tile in the bathroom? It's 8. Oh boy, our options in cheaper are very limited, but maybe I can just do the checkerboard style in the base game, because at least that saved us a little bit of money, right? And it still helps to inject some of the color. I don't like it, but these are the sacrifices we have to make for the starter home version. I might also have to change the stairs. We've got these stairs that are 10 simoleons. I might have to go with some cheaper stairs that are gonna save us another 32 simoleons. Okay, we're now up to 4,902, and I feel like that's doable with incredibly basic base game furniture with no decorating. That's doable. The shower, we're just gonna have to go with this shower. I feel like we're not gonna be able to have like a bathtub in here, but I definitely want to have like a sink area ready to have a basin. So I'm gonna grab the same base game counter that I used in the kitchen, chuck that over here, and then we're gonna grab a sink to pop in the middle, because at least I can try and make that look cute. A mirror above that would be super nice, but I don't know if we can afford that in the starter home version, right? I really want to go with the modern relief, because it's actually my favorite base game toilet based on the look of it. It looks very modern and nice, and I like that. That is a functional bathroom though for the minute, okay? So I'm not going to spend any more time in there, because I desperately need to get upstairs and get a bed happening in here. We're probably gonna have to go with the Mod Pod twin sleeper, although how much is this bed? Oh no, I can't go with the Businesses and Hobbies bed. I can't. I have to go with the Mod Pod twin sleeper. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for the bedroom for the minute, because there are some things that I want to get for the business side of this house, right? So it's going to be incredibly bare and barren in here. But the whole point of the starter home version is that you are upgrading this house as you are playing with your sim, okay? Okay, because in your business, I want to give you one of these showcases just in case. I mean, if you decide that you don't want to use this showcase, you could get rid of it. That would be fine, but to give you the option, I feel like is super important. Also, some of this shelving, the Ingenious Ingvar retail shelves, so that you can display some stuff, would be also super nice. I might even just grab another one of them. And then I'd feel like I have to give you a kiosk as well, so that at least you've got the basics of a business that you can sell some things that you've made, right? I was going to give you the more basic ticket kiosk, but the fancy one is only 25 simoleons more. So I might see if I can give you the fancy one, because at least that's something fancy, right? I'm going to chuck that over here. I don't think I'm even going to lay out this business space much more than that, right? You'll decide what you're going to be selling as a part of your small business, and then you can set up the shop that way yourself, right? We have 2,187 simoleons left. There's still like a couple more things I would like to get. A bookshelf I feel like is pretty essential to have in your Sims home. Your Sims can read books for fun. They can also do skill books from there as well. And it's a cheaper option than buying a TV generally. Cubby Buddy bookshelf leaning books. That could be cute. It's only 260, which is 20 simoleons more than the bookcase I was going to go with. So that could be really cute. Where am I going to put this though? See, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I would like to make a TV unit kind of thing when I am doing the fully renovated version of this house, having a TV unit where I put 2 bookshelves. So I'm even going to grab another one of these bookshelves, right, just for the minute, just so I can show you what I mean. So remember that this is just for the purposes of showing you what I would do, right? I would put 2 of these like upper cabinets from like the kitchen down. It will be a better TV than this, so just like imagine with me. And then we would get some more of the upper cabinets, maybe in like a smaller version, and put them on the top here to make it look like an enclosed TV unit is kind of the vibe I want to go with, right? Obviously, I can't do that for the starter home version because now we only have 67 simoleons. So I'm going to get my bookshelves because I feel like they're fun. And yes, I do want to have the bookshelves, right? All right, Businesses and Hobbies. This one for 350 isn't bad, actually. What is this one? For 430. Ooh, okay, that's so interesting. I kind of like that one better. It's only a 2-seater, but for this point in time, we'd only really need a 2-seater. You know, it's always hard with the starter home version because we've got so much space and not enough money to do really anything with it. So it's really, really hard to try and make something look nice, right? But I feel like maybe we can start putting in some more decorative stuff now, like maybe some plants and stuff to try and help bring some greenery in. We've got this plant. Oh, it's only 45 simoleons. That is amazing. I'm going to use this plant everywhere. I'm so sorry. You're going to get so sick of seeing this plant because it's going to be all throughout this house and it's really cute. It's only 5 simoleons more than the Authority, which is my favorite base game plant to use in small spaces, right? So it's going to be a mix of using the Authority and using this new amazing platform potted parlor palm because, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I definitely feel like upstairs, though, we could get this one, which is my other favorite base game plant, which is the retired mangrove palm. So cute. Maybe because we've got 732 simoleons, maybe I can look at making the upstairs in the bedroom a little bit more because I feel like this is a solid starter home house downstairs, but upstairs, this is just a great big room of nothing and we need something in here, right? So 732 simoleons that I could potentially spend, although hold on a second, because there is something else that I do deem pretty essential, and it is pathways. Now, I do want to have a look at the flooring that comes with Businesses and Hobbies. How much is this brick? 4 simoleons. Perfect. I want to try and match this brick to the brick on the outside of the house. We're probably not going to be able to because they're not even the same brick to begin with. Okay, we definitely can't do that. Okay, I think I found the brick that I'm going to use. Unfortunately, I think it's 8 simoleons, and it is 8 simoleons, and oh boy, that's more than I was hoping to spend, but I think it'll be a worthy investment. 436 simoleons, that means we have to do an some stuff on the upstairs. How cute is this little bedside table with the lamp? I like that. I definitely want a more modern feel in this room because this is the renovated part. It definitely needs to feel more sleek and modern. 264 simoleons though. That's not gonna happen, is it? What do we have in the way of dresses? Do we have any? No, we can't afford this one, which is the one that comes with businesses and hobbies, and we've only got kids ones. Oh no, what about a mirror? I mean, we can afford the top to bottom mirror. And it is very sleek looking. I just don't know where to put it though. Maybe I'll put it over near the plant. I don't know. This is so bad. Oh my goodness. We've only got 44 simoleons. No, I can't. I can't get the mirror. I have to try and make something else work, okay? Maybe I just need to get a rug to try and fill some space. We've only got one rug from Businesses and Hobbies and the rest are all base game. We also can't afford the Businesses and Hobbies rug. Okay, I've managed to get myself 507 simoleons by deleting the extra cabinet that we had there because we don't actually need that to cook because our Sims can cook on the island counters as well. So that's totally fine. I just really need to try and get something happening here. What is this rug? I mean, it's very modern. You know what? I'm just going to grab one of those plants from downstairs. The beautiful new one that I have found, and we'll chuck it over next to the bed as well. A little bit more greenery. Okay, I think this is the best that I can do. I downgraded this plant to the authority for a second, just for a little bit more greenery, right? And I think that's what we're going to do with 19 simoleons left. There is nothing that I could possibly use for 19 simoleons. So that's going to be the starter home version of this house, all sorted. So with that being said, if you would like to download the Businesses and Hobbies Starter Home version of this house and make it the fully renovated Businesses and Hobbies home of your dreams, then it will be available on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it's spelled here. You'll find it under Businesses and Hobbies Start because we never have enough characters. It's totally fine though, right? You get the point. Businesses and Hobbies Start. We have used only Businesses and Hobbies. It has 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and costs 18,981. That is the starter home version, my friend. But now we get to do a heckin' Motherlode and I get to turn it into the Businesses and Hobbies home of my dreams. Alright, so we now have 52,949. At the moment, I can give myself more money if I want to because this is where I just go in, unlimited funds, make the fully furnished home of my dreams. We're gonna go with the Crisponic Splendid. It's not the most fancy fridge, but I like it. Counters. I think I am gonna go with the I don't know how to pronounce them. The Harbinger counters. I'm gonna go with them in this swatch, okay? That just looks so much nicer straight away, doesn't it? Just with different appliances and different counters. It looks so nice. What a cute little vibe for the kitchen. Now, I do want to do dining and stuff. I am just going to go into the bathroom though first and get the bathroom sorted. So, shower. I mean, we don't have a lot of options for base game and Businesses and Hobbies, but it's going to be the crystal box shower stall, I think. Just more of that very sleek white vibe. Super nice. And we're going to grab the Harbinger counters from the base game and pop them in here because I do want to do my beautiful vanity idea that I spoke about before, just with a better sink. And also we're going to need another sink in the kitchen now, right? Businesses and Hobbies comes with a sink, an inbuilt. Ooh, that's fancy. And this swatch kind of matches our counters, right? Oh, I love that. I really like that. I think that's fabulous. Wow, so cute. And I'm even going to keep our toilet the same because like I said, I really like that toilet. We do have this bathtub from Businesses and Hobbies. If it could rotate the way I want it to, thank you. We'll pop it over against the wall there. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice actually. Just, I might need to change the swatch though, although the swatch does match the countertops. Okay, I think I'm happy to go with that. I still want some more clutter in here. We've still got to put a mirror in here and stuff, but that is the basics of the bathroom done. I'll come back and clutter all of that in a little bit. I desperately want to get into the lounge room though and do my cabinet feature that I spoke about before, right? So let's get the TV. Okay, the TV is the super important part of this. It's either going to be the Genius TV, that fits really nicely in the space actually. Or there's the Invisiview flat panel tabletop TV, which is my favorite TV. I love it, but I think this one actually fits better. So I'm gonna grab this one and use that instead because it fits perfectly. It's like it was made for the space, right? So good. I love that. That is exactly what I wanted. Although now that I'm looking at it, maybe this TV is fitting a little bit too snugly. Let me just have a look from this angle with the Invisiview flat top TV. No, it's the other one. I just wanted to make sure, right? I just wanted to make sure. So I am going to there's variations of this bookcase. So let me just have a look at them for a second. Stylish stacks or bric-a-brac. Let's go with the bric-a-brac one. Hey. Did you know that 63% of you watching right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you'd like to see some fun Sims 4 gameplay, some Sims 4 build videos, creator sim videos, or even some games of the Sims past, then hit the subscribe button down below and join my wonderful little community of Triceratops. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. And we do have a couple of slots where we can put different little cluttery pieces in there. I would love to line the top of that with like some plants. I think would be super cute, but that's going to be more for the cluttering section of this video. I even love the couch, but I feel like we need just another chair, like on an angle over here would be super nice. And then in between, I'd like to put a lamp. We do have this lamp. It's just about finding the right swatch. Maybe the yellow one could be nice. And then we definitely need a rug in that space, but I think that's going to be the living space all sorted. I absolutely love that vibe. What a vibe. So cute. I do desperately want to move on to the dining area though, because I've got a tiny little bit of a vision for it, okay? We only have one dining table from Businesses and Hobbies. Totally fine. Honestly, it's kind of the exact vibe that I was hoping for. Is it bar height though? Yeah, it's bar height seating. That's totally fine though. We've got some bar stools that I really like. And this is honestly kind of the exact vibe that I was wanting, right? Do I put one at the head of the table as well though? Maybe I do. So it backs onto the window. We definitely need to get some plants in here. I don't know how functional I want that whole thing to be because I kind of want to get this plant and chuck it like either over in this corner or over in this corner, right? I think it needs to be over in this corner, which is going to render this seat as useless. So maybe I just get rid of that seat entirely in favor of having the greenery in the plant. That is so cute and I love it. The perfect little dining nook. Oh my goodness. I love that. I definitely think we can clutter out this space with like a big picture or something. Hopefully, I say definitely, but maybe we can't. I've just remembered we're only using the base game and Businesses and Hobbies, but I think I've just thought of something that I can make work there. That's so adorable. I'm loving this space. I definitely need some more clutter over here, but that will come later. But I've just remembered, oh my goodness, my beautiful Businesses and Hobbies tile in the kitchen and in the bathroom. Thank you. I need that back. I'm having so much fun, you guys. I hope you guys are too. All right, so the last sort of big furniture thing I wanted to do downstairs is actually over here. I kind of want this to be a little study area. Like I can just picture like a computer over here, maybe some more bookshelves. I know we've got so many bookshelves. Hear me out, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm getting some more of these bookshelves and we're going to try and kind of make it look like it's a built-in little desk area as well. That's so cute. Again, I can picture some like greenery. Maybe I can even put some shelves up around the window and like have some greenery. I think that could be so adorable. But that's all the basic essential furniture for downstairs. Again, I'm still not really going to do any more with the shop side of the building because that's you guys and whatever you're going to do with this build, right? Upstairs though, we desperately need to get a new bed in here now that I don't have to use the Mod Pod sleeper. So we could even maybe have a look at the Businesses and Hobbies bed. Let's grab it out and I'll see what swatches it comes in, right? It's a pretty cute little mesh. Oh, I am loving this greens and browns vibe. The black is also super nice. Oh, even this dark blue and brown is nice. Oh, what do I go with? Hold on. These are the three that I'm choosing between. Straight away, I think I actually really like this dark blue with the brown. I think that's so nice. Like it helps to just inject a little bit of different color into this room, okay? Also, I've just remembered I can change my stairs back from the base game ones to the Businesses and Hobbies ones, right? Okay, so then looking at other bedroom furniture, I might even want to change the swatch of this rug now to this blue. What do we think about that? I think that's pretty nice, actually. I'm really liking this dark blue accent. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be very black, but I like that vibe. Super nice. I desperately need to get some bedroom furniture in here, though. So a dresser, absolutely essential. There is one that we got, no, there's two that we got from Businesses and Hobbies. We've got a proper wardrobe. which is honestly very sleek looking. I love that. And it does come in a darker brown, which I was hoping so, because we do have darker brown as sort of an accent color here. I love that. That's fabulous. There is also this little version. I don't need it though, but maybe I could put it somewhere else if we have space elsewhere in the house. We don't. Okay, no worries. It's fine. Okay. Mirror though, mirror. Oh, we've got this beautiful, that's the mirror that's got to go in the bathroom downstairs, right? That I haven't even done yet. That is gorgeous. I love it. Definitely needs some clutter on either side. Maybe we could even do some shelving on the walls beside the mirror, but that'll be when I do the clutterizing. I feel like this is the only time I'm ever going to say this in my life, because I said to you earlier in this video, yellow is not my favorite color. It's not my favorite color in The Sims, but I feel like this color yellow that you can see on the frame of the mirror is a beautiful accent color to the navy blue. I will never say probably anything nice about yellow ever again, but I feel like we do just have to get this mirror, right? I would love to have a big picture above the bed, but like I also said before, with base game and businesses and hobbies, that's tricky. I mean, we've got this one that's big, but I don't like it, is the issue. A lot of art that comes with the base game is super like art gallery paintings. Like they're supposed to look like classic paintings you would see in an art gallery, right? And aren't really very modern. So unless it's things like using the architectural prints, which that could go really nicely just above the bed here if we do like that. Okay, dokay. I've got a dresser, I've got a mirror. Now that we can have our Sims lay on bed and watch TV, maybe I could put a TV at the end of their bed on like a little coffee table or something. That could be cute. I know it looks pretty gross from like looking at it this way, but from the bed, you'd see the TV. Maybe I could also put a desk and a computer in here as well. Because having the computer here against the stair railing, I mean, it looks really cute. The stair railing that I've used is the one that has the little string lights. I'm a sucker for string lights. Anything that has string lights in The Sims 4, I'm going to want to use because I just love string lights like in real life. I just think that looks really adorable to have that sitting behind the desk, and also having the desk not be against the wall helps to fill in the space a little bit. It doesn't look like it's as big a space. I feel like over here would be the perfect space to have some skill building stuff. I know I said I wasn't going to decide what you were going to do with the small business, but maybe I will put some pottery stuff in. And then if you decide you don't want to use the pottery stuff, you can totally remove this stuff and put whatever you would like to put in here. But just to fill the space for us here, I'm going to put in some pottery stuff. So we're going to need a pottery kiln right there. We're going to need a pottery wheel. I know that they say you're not supposed to mix your work space with your sleeping space because it can throw off your sleeping routine, but hey, my workspace right here, my bed is right there. So I can't practice what I preach, can I? Because my workspace is definitely my sleeping space. I have no issues though. Well, no more than any normal person anyway. You guys, I've just come up with something. I was looking through all of the items that come with businesses and hobbies, right? And I've made a decision to do something. I think we have to have this fireplace. It is beautiful. I really, really like it. But I think we need 2 of them, which is going to negate the kitchen island counter that I had here. I'm gonna still have the island counter on the end, it just won't be used as bench seating. I'm even wondering if I want to perhaps raise them up on a platform. I don't know how functional that would be. I don't think it would be functional, but it'll look hella cute. And that's kind of the way I'm feeling at the moment. I don't care if it's functional. Is it cute? Is kind of my vibe. This one just will not snap onto the platform, and I can't figure out why that is. Why? It's like as soon as we get over here, it thinks that the platform's not there or something. How strange. Please don't do this. What if I extend it out by 1? Can I extend it back by 1 now? How weird. Anyway, the things that you gotta do. We all know platforms are a bit glitchy. It's fine. At this point, I think I'd be more surprised if platforms weren't glitchy in The Sims 4, right? Is this too crazy? I've made the platform pretty big to the point where the fireplaces are actually level with the kitchen counters. I think it looks really cool. I'm going to keep it. I just need to get like a trim on the platform, right? Platform trim. And we definitely need like a brick vibe to match the brick that we've got. Yeah, like that one. I feel like that looks sick. I Love it. What a vibe. Oh, that's just like elevated that whole space for me. Wow, I love it. I did forget that businesses and hobbies would come with stuff. And I think some of the businesses and hobbies pictures and stuff aren't actually tagged in pictures. Like I think this feature wall, this gallery wall is actually in wall sculptures and it confuses me every time. It's got pictures on it. It should be in pictures. Anyway, that's going to go above the bed instead because that looks much nicer and incorporates more of the yellow that we see on the frame of the mirror. These string lights that come with businesses and hobbies, you guys know I love string lights. How cute does that look around the edge of the bed? I still think I need some greenery though, just to help lift it a little bit. I think that looks totally adorable. What if we go with this divider? Okay, and the only reason I'm thinking about using it is because, like I said, this is a really big space and we're using it as a multi-purposeful space, a bedroom and as skill building space. And so to section it off would be really nice. Even though we've got like a medium wall height, I think it's a bit too tall. I don't want to completely make it feel like it's segregated, but I definitely feel like having a divider in here is going to totally help with making it feel like it's not just one great big room is the vibe, right? And kind of clip them together like that. Yeah, I actually really like that. I think that's super cute too. I'm going to look at some curtains now. We do have curtains from Businesses and Hobbies. And they do have this beautiful navy blue. Oh my goodness, hold on, let me show you. Wow, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think I'm ready to start looking at decorating though, like getting the decor done. I think that is kind of essential. I am just thinking of moving all of this forward by like a half tile though, like the TV and everything, just to give a little bit more space in the bedroom side of this room. So I might do some cluttering and also some landscaping off camera. I'll be right back once I finish all of that to show you the final version. So I'll see you once that's all complete.
One eternity later.
Guys, I have had so much fun putting this house together, doing the landscaping and all that, and I'm really excited to show you. So here we have the completed Businesses and Hobbies My Dream Home, right? So I just did some really basic landscape because I didn't want to take too much away from the front of the house. I think it still looks rather rectangle, but not in a terrible way. I still think it's really, really cute. So we have our defining paths up to both the front of what will be the business once you guys turn it into the business, and then we have the pathway up to the main house. Just showing you around the rest of the outside of the lot. We've got some more beautiful hedges just around the side and around the back. Around the back I put in this little like fake car park and some bike racks just because I didn't really know what to do with the back of the lot. We're not really going to be looking at the back of the lot a whole lot when we're playing, so just some basic pretend car parking. Also, our wheelie bin is out the back there as well, totally fine. We've got more hedges on the side, super cute, but let's go and take a look inside. Oh my goodness, the decorating I've done in this house. I think this might be my favorite thing I've ever built. So when you come inside, you're greeted with this, and I know it looks like a lot of mess at the moment, but let's take a look from this angle. So we've got the kitchen. It's a small kitchen, but this is only like a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, so it works. But I do love the fireplaces going all the way to the roof. I think that is so insanely cool. I think it looks sick. If we take a swing around though, this is our new little dining nook, all decorated and sorted. So cute. I think that is absolutely adorable. And then swinging around to look at the finished lounge room, all clutterized and stuff with our built-in TV cabinet. I think that is also adorable, looks super lived in and loved as well. Having a look over towards the stairs though, and our beautiful little study nook. How cute is that? I love it. I think it's adorable. I started introducing some of the darker blue that we saw upstairs as well, just downstairs. It's a nice accent color. And like I said, just introducing it down here so it's not a super surprise when we get upstairs. But let's go and take a look at the finished bathroom though, because we have some beautiful greenery and lights and stuff surrounding the vanity. That vanity is one of my favorite vanities I've ever done. I had so much fun with it. So cute. And then we do have our little shower tucked away in the corner there. And then swing around. I didn't really know what to do sort of around the bath, so just a picture and a plant. Sorry about that. It looks pretty bad. It is what it is. It's totally fine though. I do just love the vanity there. So nice. But then we need to go upstairs and take a look at the finished bedroom now upstairs. And I'm actually going to start with the skill area first. So we have the skill area here. We've got a computer. We've got all of the pottery stuff here. You can swap that out for different skill items if you'd want to. And then, like I said, the computer over here just at the top of the stairs. But if we take another swing around, behind the divider, I put this plant just to add a little bit more privacy to the bedroom. And I didn't know what to put in the middle because it looked really weird clipping the plants together. So I just put a seat. Behind the divider, we have the bedroom, and I love this little bed area. It's so pretty with the lights and stuff. And then we've got the TV and these beautiful plants next to the TV, but just how pretty is all of this? It just looks so good. I really love the color scheme up here. So pretty. So with that being said, you guys, if you would like to download the Businesses and Hobbies fully renovated home of my dreams, it will also be on the gallery. Gallery ID is sezrawrr, like I mentioned just before. You'll find it under Businesses and Hobbies only. And then we have 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's 64,348 simoleons. Not bad. I didn't have to cheat for any more money. So if you would like to download it for yourself, it's already on the gallery waiting for you. But guys, that's all I've got for this video of building a Businesses and Hobbies starter home and then fully renovating it to be the Businesses and Hobbies home of my dreams. I hope that you enjoyed this one because I had a lot of fun with it, exceeded my own expectations with it, and I do think it's one of my favorite builds that I have ever done. I hope that you enjoyed it too. If you would like to see more of me doing this again with a different pack or any other Sims content that I've got coming your way, then hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Leave me the $sign emoji in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, you enjoyed watching this Businesses and Hobbies become a starter home and then become a fully renovated home as well, and that you would like to see me do this again with a different pack for a different build. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!